In 1980, there really weren't that many home console video games to choose from. The ones that were out were basically either Pong or sports, or in this case, a mixture of both. This is Volleyball for the Magnavox Odyssey². You control all 6 players on your team simultaneously. Basically, when the ball comes your way, if you are just using the joystick, then it will send the ball that direction. If you hold the action button while you're hitting the ball with the joystick, then you can spike the ball. It essentially has all the same rules that volleyball typically has, except for the fact that it's much more like Pong. You don't want the ball to touch the bottom of the screen. If it does, then it's either going to be a serve change or you're going to get a point scored against you. It's not a bad looking game. I mean, by today's standards, of course, it's pretty laughable, but for back in 1980, it really doesn't look that bad, and it really doesn't play bad. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to the controls, it's actually a pretty fun game. And the AI is actually pretty good. It automatically adjusts to your skill level. And so if you're just totally kicking its ass, it's going to kind of, kick it up a notch. In this particular game, you can see that I get my ass handed to me pretty well. But, in other games, it's been really close. Really good games. And so while I'm not really much of a volleyball fan in real life, or really all that much in video game format, I gotta say, this one is actually pretty good. And the good news about this game is that it's very affordable. And so, if you like what you see, chances are you can pick it up for super cheap. This copy actually came with my Odyssey 2, and so it was included in the price. If you want a really old sports game, then, give it a try. I'm not going to say that this is a must-have or something like that, but for what it is, it's pretty good, actually. I was actually pretty surprised by how good it actually is. At first, initially I thought, this sucks. This doesn't make any sense to me. But once I, played it and got used to it, used to the controls mainly, I was like, hey, this really isn't that bad. So there you have it. If you want a volleyball game for the Odyssey 2, this is where it's at. As a matter of fact, this came out 2 years before real sports volleyball for the Atari 2600. So really, I think this might have been your only option at the time. I'm not sure which other consoles had a volleyball game at the time, but there really weren't that many consoles out at the time. So this could have been the only option. Yeah. Anyhow, enough rambling out of me. This has been Volleyball for the Magnavox Odyssey 2.